So would you say that Muslims are also rejecting Christ? Because I've studied the Muslim faith for almost a decade.
Right.
And I know that we believe in Isa, who we call Jesus,
Right.
which is the Arabic name for him,
Right.
as a prophet and as a figure
Right.
in our religion. So
Yeah.
would that be rejecting Christ? So, and also, in your opinion, would Muslims then be going to hell the way you said you'll be going to hell if Muhammad is saying the truth?
Yeah, you're right. If Muhammad spoke the truth, I'm going to hell. If Jesus Christ spoke the truth, I'm going to heaven. So obviously the question is, who is Jesus? Does the Quran tell us the truth about Jesus, that he's just a prophet? Or does the New Testament Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John that record that Jesus is God in human form, does that give us a more accurate picture of Jesus? So we got to study that.
Yeah.
So why have you concluded that the Quran gives you a more accurate historical picture of Jesus than the New Testament?
Okay, so personally, I'm not very religious. I'm more agnostic than anything. But the
Okay.
religion that makes the most sense to me are the monotheistic religions, and I would choose Islam over the other two because I feel like the being of God. I feel like the fact that He can beget is just voiding the whole concept of Him being all powerful. Because then that just so the idea that God can have a son brings him closer to what man is.
No, God did not birth Jesus.
Yeah.
That's not what the New Testament
So it's like
teaches.
Jesus is more like God in human form.
Exactly.
So-
Jesus is the eternal God in human form according to the Gospels.
Yeah.
Not according to the Quran, obviously.
Yeah.
But according to the Gospels, God the Father did not get together with Mary and have baby Jesus.
Yeah.
No. Jesus is the eternal God who humbled himself and became a human being.
Well, doesn't that just bring God to our level then? Doesn't that make him less powerful?
Okay, good. When God gave me a free will, did God choose to partially limit his power? He gave me a hand, right? Whap. Oh, God made me do it. God made me hit him. Baloney. God gave me a hand and a free will, which means he reduced his power. He limited his power when he gave me a free will, because I can do this, which is evil, right? And yes, when God became a human being, obviously he limited his power in Christ, right? Christ didn't go around doing whatever he wanted to.
So what makes Christ different than the other prophets like Abraham and
Right.
Joseph and all of them?
What makes him different is,
Yeah.
first of all, he claimed to be God, which means he's not a good prophet.
Yeah.
There is no way that Jesus is a good prophet because he had the audacity to claim to be God. He's either an idiot, a fanatic, or else he's who he claimed to be. Now, the majority of people who claim to be God, we lock up in mental institutions, right? So the question becomes, is Christ a candidate for a mental institution, or is he a candidate for our worship?
Yeah.
When you read about how he treated people, when you read about what he taught ethically, when you read about how he died, loving and forgiving his enemies as he's dying on a cross, and then most importantly, when you read about how he rose from the dead, the conclusion has to be not a candidate for a mental hospital. He's the truth. The evidence is he's reliable.
But the other two Abrahamic religions, actually,
Yes.
so Judaism and Islam,
Right.
they don't claim that Jesus claimed that he himself was God. So why are both of those incorrect, but Christianity is correct in saying that he claimed he was God?
Judaism clearly understands that Jesus claimed to be God. He was nailed into a cross for blasphemy because he, a mere man, had the audacity to claim to be God. Right. Well, obviously, Muhammad disagreed
Yeah.
with the New Testament.